Hello, I'm Frances from Homestead. And I have an update on our water catchment system. Now, as you can see, we have two really large tanks. They are 1,550 gallon each. So we have over 3,000 gallon total capacity. And we got them for our water catchment because, as you can see, we have these IBC totes, and they hold just under 300 gallons each. And all four of these were full and still overflowing. For the past week, we just had water running off of them because they had nowhere to go because the totes were so full. And so we finally were able to save up enough money to be able to purchase these larger tanks so that we can empty water from these totes into this larger tank. And the idea is to leave this tank here in front where it is and empty the water from them, empty the water from the totes into this front tank. And then once they're empty, we will move the totes and then this tank here at the back we'll put up against the house. And then we're going to set up a drainage from the rain gutters on both sides of the house and bring them to the center so that we can catch more water into the tank once it's moved over here by the house. It's going to be a tight squeeze. I put, when I first put in the grow boxes, I put them 8 feet away from the house. These tanks are supposed to be just under 8 feet. So we're hoping we can get it to fit in there because I cannot move those grow boxes. So what I want to be able to do with the IBC totes once we get them emptied out is move them over to the chicken coop, because the barrel that we have on the chicken coop is overflowing, and it's been overflowing for a month because that little barrel filled up and there's water had nowhere to go. So we are very anxious to be able to get the IBC totes to catch the overflow from the chicken coop because we've got a lot of water running off of there. And since we're wanting to put the greenhouse next to the chicken coop, it'd be a perfect location to have the extra water totes near there for the dry season, because we have a good 3 months where we don't have any rain. And like I said in my previous episode about the water catchment, the well that we have currently is not providing enough water during the dry season. And we also want to put in some trees to have a fruit orchard, and we're going to need a lot of water for that. So that's what these water tanks are going to help us do. If we can in the future, we'd like to get a couple more towards the fence so that from the fence here in the yard to the field, we'll be able to provide a water source for our fruit orchard. The idea, of course, is to be able to have a large garden. I did not plant a fall garden. I didn't plant anything in the winter. I didn't even put up the greenhouse in the fall because we had no water to be able to take care of it. And it was so sad watching all my vegetable plants dying last summer because I didn't have enough water for them. And so I just couldn't bring myself to planting anything until I knew I was going to have water to keep them alive. And so today, when these large water tanks arrived, I was so happy and so much joy to be able to know that we're going to have water, to be able to put in a large garden again, and to have the orchard and the berry vines and the grapevines and all the wonderful things that we want to grow here. And so I'm so grateful for you joining me on this journey. It's been quite a ride, I must say, and I hope you continue because we got a lot more projects to get done now that we have the water available for these things. Please like and subscribe. Until we meet again.